Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurumedeva Sarvakarishu Sarvada. Om Ganganapate Namaha Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 25th of February 2025. I want to offer my prostrations to all the great sages and to Paramatma residing in the heart of every single being. I'm going to try to, start our these expositions around 7:30, so that we can go until about 7:55 or so, 7:57, and then really finish at 8 o'clock. So that I try to stick to time. So that's just an intention here. So along that, I want to mention here that tomorrow is Mahashivratri. Mahashivratri is coming up. And I want to talk about Bhagwan Shankar today, probably for the next several days at least, maybe for the whole week actually. Let's see, whatever is the will of Bhagwan. So first of all, I want to offer my prostrations to all the great sages and to Bhagwan, Shri Hari, residing in the heart of every being. The Tattva that is Shiv Tattva, it is something quite amazing, quite amazing. Let's begin by understanding the word Shiv. The word Shiv means auspiciousness. I've heard it described also that intense, causeless auspiciousness. What amazing way to put this, Shiv means that which is Mangal, Mahamangal. In life, Mangalam means that which is absolutely auspicious. We can use words like that, which is very good, which is pure, very divine. All that is true also. Specifically, it is Mangalam. Om Mangalam, Om Kara Mangalam. Right? It's a beautiful bhajans are there. Dhoons are there in the YouTube. You can find Om Mangalam, Mangalam. Now, Bhagwan Shankar, so there is actually Shiv and there is Shankar. Now, are they the same? Of course, they're the same, but they're also different at different chakras. So it depends on which saints have described this, but there is the Shiv Tattva in the Agnya chakra, and there is Shankar in the Hridaya chakra, like that. But we won't go into all that thing too much. That is a much more esoteric subject. For where we are, when we say Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, this mantra takes us directly to the Agnya chakra. So it bypasses all of the lower chakras automatically. It stabilizes them automatically. This is a Maha Mantra. Om Namah Shivaya is a Panchakshari Maha Mantra. So Shankar Bhagwan, it depends on the sampradaya and depending on how this is looked at. In one sense, from the Shaiva Siddhanta, Shaiva Sampradaya, etc., Shiva is the Paramashiva, the ultimate reality. The Brahman. What we are talking about is Brahman in Vivek Chudamani, in Vedanta, in Advaita Vedanta. That is also called Parashiva, or, the Mool Tattva, that is Shiva Tattva. So each sampradaya considers its chosen Ishtadevata as supreme. There are two reasons for that. Because it begins in the Puranic scriptures this way. The way Vedvyasaji set up that system. In each Puran, he set the Devata that is described there as the supreme deity, and all others are worshipping that Devata. So in Devi Bhagavatam or Devi Puran, everybody's worshipping Devi. In Shiv Puran, everybody's worshipping Shiva. In Vishnu Puran, everybody's worshipping Vishnu. Like this. In Bhagavad Puran, ultimately everybody's worshipping Narayana or Bhagwan Krishna. So aisa kyun kiya? Why that is done? Many reasons. It is a master. He's the incarnation of God, Vedvyasaji. Why this is done like that? You will not find this done anywhere else in the world also. It's only done in the Sanatana Dharma, and only Vedvyasaji has done that. And he set up the whole structure. Why is that? There are two reasons for that. There is a metaphysical reason, and there is a intrinsic psychological tendency reason. There are two reasons. There are many more than that, but these are two main reasons. The metaphysics. The metaphysics is where when a yogi goes into samadhi and sees the chakras, inside the chakras there are the divine beings. They're not imaginary or just symbolism. Sometimes we have to explain it that way, even to our Sanatan Dharma community or to Western community, that, there's symbolism. It is. There's no doubt there's symbolism, iconography. And there's lessons to be learned from the way the pictures are made, the icons are made. But it's not just iconography. When the yogi goes into samadhi, they actually see the form of Bhagavan Shankar in the abodes, the different abodes like Kailas, Mahakailas. They're not some imaginary, metaphorical, symbolic thing only. That's not the case. There is that dimension, but it's not just that. So this is another thing to keep in mind. As a sadhak evolves out of the chaos of the Sukshma Sharira and begins to go towards the Atma, which is the original Swarup, the Ishwaras begin to appear. Even before the Atman is realized, or even when the Atman is realized, they are going to be present with you. Because they are real. They are not imaginary. They're not just symbolic. Like Brahmaji. Brahmaji has 4 faces and is the expounder of the Vedas and all this thing. Some imaginary thing, somebody mythological character, somebody, but it's not like that at all. Aisa nahi hai. There is actually a being called Brahma. But that we cannot see that being unless we go into samadhi, and he's living in a different dimension. You cannot take a spaceship and go to the Satyalok. Satyalok is where Brahmaji exists. You see, so Bhagavan Shankar actually exists in Kailas. There's the Kailas in the Himalaya, but that is the physical dimension here. But there is the Kailasa that is outside the 14 lokas. And that is, as soon as you cross the Agnya Chakra, you cross the 14 lokas. It's not in this sense, it's Brahman se bahar vastu hai wo. There's no scientist who could ever read, because see, science and all that is just a 1% only, not even 1%. He says, if whatever is known through the senses is very restricted and limited. When you go into Nirvikalpa Samadhi, jab yogi samadhi mein jate hai, sab dekh sakte hai. Hum bhi dekh sakte. If you want to go see all this thing, okay, start practicing Ashtang Yoga, get everything balanced and sit for dhyan 10-15 hours a day. Leave everything else aside and set up for meditation and have the right gurus to teach that entire path for Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Maybe it can happen. Ashtang Yoga. Extremely difficult. Ashtang Yoga jisko siddha hota hai, isko hi Nirvikalpa Samadhi hoti hai. Again, that's another extensive subject. Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Jnana Samadhi, Prem Samadhi. We are not going to be able to establish that Ashtang Yoga in our life. But what we'll be able to do is to establish Bhakti Yoga instead. Again, that's another thing. I'm going to watch, my mind is going in 10 different directions right now. This subject, so many amazing things are all together in this. It's like all just nectar, Adbhut hai sab kuch. Bhagwan Shankar, let's stay with Bhagwan Shiv. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely tremendous in every way. Unparalleled. The topmost yogi, the topmost bhakta, the topmost guru, Satguru, the master of all the yogas, the master of Tantra, the entire tradition of Tantra that has come in Sanatana Dharma, he's the originator of that. The master of Devi Upasana, the master of Vishnu Upasana, the master of Ram Upasana, the one who is the topmost grahastha. Amazing. The one who is the topmost dancer, Nataraj. The one who is the topmost singer. He is dancing and singing in ecstasy as one of the gopikas in the Ras Mandal of Bhagavan Krishna. It's incredible. You'll not find any tattva like Bhagwan Shiv. Totally amazing tattva hai. Bholenath, gives boons to all. आप उनकी भक्ति करोगे, definitely आशीर्वाद मिलता है. क्या चाहते हो? He doesn't deny anybody. Nobody. Bhakti karo. If you want something for yourself, for the sansar, for this, if you want to ask Shankar Bhagwan. But be careful what you're asking, because you will get it. You have to do sadhana, no doubt. Be careful what you're asking. It should be something useful, beneficial. Ask for divine things, for bhakti, for higher realization. Sansar kiji sab, whatever sansarik ichha we have, ask, no problem. Sakam bhakti. Bholenath. Sakam bhakti, no problem with sakam bhakti. Sakam bhakti means bhakti that we have ichha. If you have ichha, Bhagwan Krishna bhi swayam kehte hain Gita ji mein. 4 prakar ke bhakt hai. Artho, arthati, jigyasu aur gyani. So we have desires. Okay, sir, I want this thing. I want to, the good things in life, the family life. I want good job. I want this. I want a lot of money. Whatever you want. As long as it's not harmful, you can ask Bhagwan Shankar. No problem. Ask him. But just be careful. Don't ask anything negative. Right? So this is Bholenath. Not only that, he is the one who drinks the poison of the sansar. He's the only one who can do that. And keeps it in the neck. Neelakantha. What is the meaning behind this? Itna bahut rahasya. All these points Sachin is describing here, we could spend a whole year on each one of them. I mean, that's how amazing they are, right? That's the spirituality is like that. He keeps the poison in his neck. What is the meaning behind this? Isme bahut rahasya hai. But he is the one who takes the poison of the that is generated in the sansar by the troubles that people have created, and he can digest it. He can hold it and he doesn't let it out, and he doesn't digest it himself also. It is a great teaching for us. हमारे जीवन में ऐसा बहुत होता है in life में बहुत कुछ होता है. So many things happen in life. These are poisonous, these are deadly and very, very terrible things that may happen. Keep it with you, because you have to keep it in your memories, but don't let it get digested, it will harm you. And don't give it to others also. A lot of incidences in life are like that. Very, very simple. This is a very basic example. Somebody says something negative to us about some third person. What is a tendency in human mind to start talking about that thing to 10 other people? Oh, did you hear that somebody did this, somebody did that, somebody did. See, what do we learn from Shivji? When we hear something deficient from our other person, negative, kuch bhi sab ninda, some ninda in Gujarati we say. Bijani ninda. Something negative. You just keep it in the memory, wish well for that person, end that conversation, and don't spew out this thing towards anybody. This is the Nilkantha. This is one of the meanings. There's a lot of other meanings behind this. Lot of other meanings. Another meaning is that when we are doing serious sadhana, the poison is going to come first. Manthan. You know what is that poison that's going to come? I'll describe it for you. You feel like, ye sab kya hai? I don't feel like doing this. You get tired. You get, kya sab mantra jap and all these same scriptures, and you get tired of sadhana. It's the same thing again and again, same repetition. Ek prakar ki, you get so distraught from inside when people are doing serious sadhana. At a point like that comes. And that is going to come. That will definitely come at some point. If you're doing consistent, serious sadhana, if a person is doing that, that's part of what happens. And then all of the stuff that is stashed inside the Sukshma Sharir, it begins to open, it begins to show, all the trash begins to come out. It has to be, strange dreams can happen, things like that can happen during the sadhana time. One has to be patient and pass through all that. It doesn't happen to everybody, but it can happen depending on what one is. You don't know what will happen. You see, so you don't know what will come up, what the difficulties will be. There are the major difficulties, and you just get sick and tired of it all. What is the same thing? Kya Ram mantra, kya Krishna ka mantra? What is the same thing? It just becomes mechanical. The moment it becomes mechanical, that's another poison. So many poisons come about. One has to leave them alone and move on. Because it can be destructive. Why it is a jair meaning poison. Why that Shivji is holding that? He's showing us that if you get into that, start drinking that harmful vritti, that harmful thing, it will destroy the spiritual path. Another big poison is kusanga. Those who will say, just go for the eat, drink and be merry. Just विषय भोग करना बस. ये सब क्या है? आत्मा की बात, परमात्मा की बात, भगवान के धाम की बात, सब काल्पनिक बात है. छोड़ दो ये सब. इसको कुसंग कहते हैं. They deflect, people deflect from the path. That is another poison. Don't take faults of those people, but watch out for them. Gunatitanand Swami ji कहते हैं, कल्याण मार्गमा विघ्न करनारा घना यानी ओळखी राखवा. Recognize those who are going to cause obstacles, recognize them and find a way around all that thing. Because most of the people in the world are not interested in anything about mukti and atman and all this. They're interested in sex and money and position and power and name and fame and drink and dance and itna hi chalta. Unki buddhi itni hai. That's it. It ends there. It starts there and ends there. And then they die like that. That's all. That's the end of it. Rajsik. There's nothing beyond that. And don't find fault with anybody, but that's the way it is. It starts and ends there. It absolutely ends there. And that's the end of physical body. Finishes, rebirth again. Punarapi jananam, punarapi. Fir balak banna kisi ke ghar mein, hari om. Chakkar chalu. Aisi baat hai. But when we recognize that there is a much greater reality, Bhagvat Dham hai, Bhagwan ka astitva hai, आत्मा का अस्तित्व है, जीवन में आनंद रियल वस्तु है. रियल आनंद इज अनइंटरप्टेड जॉय. ये पंच विषय में से कभी भी नहीं मिल सकता. पंच विषय में से सुख और दुख ही मिलेगा. इट इज लिमिटेड. It is always limited. There's no way to open Akhanda Anand just by increasing the stimulation of the Panch Vishayas. Impossible. In fact, the more we increase it, the more saturated it becomes, the more damage we do to our body, mind, senses, because body, mind, senses, brain is not made to enjoy the Vishayas in an unlimited state and open the door into Ananda. It is made to express the dynamics of Prakriti, to give us a flavor of what is the bondage of Prakriti and to rise above that. And that is what Bhagwan Shankar, he is sitting on the lion's skin. No way is it possible to open the doorway into higher consciousness by overstimulating the brain, the mind, by running after the senses, by increasing Rajsik Bhava. It can never happen. In fact, what will happen? What will happen is this. The Jivatma, the Atma Tattva, the Jivatma that is stuck inside the realm of these stimulations, it will go into different species. जैसी वृत्ति ऐसी गति, अंते यामति ही सा गति ही. वचनामृत करड़ा प्रथम 14. क्या अमेजिंग बात है. अंते यामति सा गति. Our entire life, Shankar Bhagwan teaches us. करो साधना, क्या चाहिए? भगवान कहते हैं, शिव जी कहते हैं, what you are looking for? Do you know what you're looking for? And this is the key. That Shankar Bhagwan, you see, he is, in another sense, he is the destructive power. Opens the third eye, everything is destroyed. He is total tyagi. कुछ नहीं रखते. उनके साथ सब दे, he just gives to all, doesn't keep anything for himself. What is the teaching here? Param Vairagya. Bhagwan Shankar ki ye jo vibhuti that I place in the forehead, because we have Shivling here at home. And in the morning satsang, since we were talking about Vedanta, that's why I put the vibhuti here, you know. Vedanta mein mool kya hai? Param Jnana and Param Vairagya. Param Jnana, it means Jeev and Brahman are one. This is what we've been talking about, all the Upanishads and all this. Bhagwan Shankar is the master in that. तो उनकी भक्ति और उपासना में से ब्रह्म विद्या सिद्ध होती है. नमामि शमीशान निर्वाण रूपम विभुम व्यापकम ब्रह्म वेद स्वरूपम निजम निर्गुणम निर्विकल्पम निरीहम. You know, this is called the Rudrashtakam, written by Tulsidas ji in the Ramcharitmanas. Rudrashtak इसको कहते हैं. नमामि शमीशान निर्वाण रूपम विभुम व्यापकम ब्रह्म वेद स्वरूपम. बहुत सुंदर है इसका. Sometime we will have to cover that. क्या I want to cover. Time is not enough in life, you know, for all this. It's just so amazing. इतनी amazing. क्या संत परंपरा हो गई. You know, see the beautiful bridge between the Vaishnava and the Shaiva. The Tulsi Ramayana is another one of those scriptures like that shows this fantastic bridge between the Vaishnava Upasana and the Shiva Upasana. Another subject altogether, but connected in this way. Bhagwan Shankar ki kitni stuti ki hai Tulsidas ji ne. And then he goes into the Ramayana. Shiv ji ki stuti karni hi chahiye before doing any sadhana. Ganesh ji, Shiv ji and Devi, Shiv Parivar. Without their blessings, there is no spiritual progress at all. It is an absolutely wrong idea that you can try to realize the Atman, Brahman or anything higher without their blessings. Hoga bhi nahi. It will never happen. The reason is we cannot balance our internal mechanism of the mind, body, brain, everything inside without the Shiv Bhakti. It will not balance because we're not at that stage of doing those other upasanas without the proper balancing. It's like saying that the astronaut wants to go into the outer space, you know, wearing a t-shirt on a bicycle. You cannot do that. You have to be in the rocket ship. You have to be trained, and everything has to be ready with the proper. The preparation is there. Bhagwan Shankar does the preparation to go further. And without the preparation, there's no chance of realizing the higher reality. One will just be spinning. One of the big problems that has happened historically, those who are the worshippers of Narayana, those who are the worshippers of Sri Krishna, those who are the worshippers of Bhagwan Swaminarayan, or any other Narayan Tattva, in any which way, any marg that has Narayan Tattva, if Shivji is ignored, it's a big mistake. It's the biggest mistake anybody can make. Worship Narayana, but you never get to Narayana without the blessings of Shankar Bhagwan. Never. Impossible. Hoga bhi nahi ho. And the reason behind that is very simple, because our level is not at that level like that is beyond vasanas and beyond desires and all that. That is why we do the Rudram and Chamakam and all these things. We do that so it transforms the entire system and it prepares us for further upasana. It's a preparation. Now, if you want to just do Shiv Upasana to go into the Nirgun Brahman, yes, that is possible too. You can go, it's possible to go further, but there has to be a platform. That is why the Muladhara Chakra, Ganesh ji ka sthan hai wahan. Ganesh ji ka, wo jo Muladhara Chakra mein hi Kundalini Shakti hai. That is the Mahashakti, but it's dormant, right? So it awakens, and it's the progression from the Jiva Bhav to the Shiva Tattva. And it is a progression of energy also that pierces through all the chakras. But ignoring Bhagwan Shankar is a massive mistake. कभी भी उनको ignore करना नहीं, not under any situation. You know, because by ignoring And this has happened. This has happened in Sanatan Dharma, and that has caused a lot of trouble. A lot of problems have happened in sadhana. Sadhana siddha hoti hi nahi isme se. And then the other, see, part of what happens, I'll give you an example, what I'm talking about. There's something called Rasik Marg. Vachanamrut में सब discussion है. मैं आपको Vachanamrut की बात करता हूँ. Maharaj has explained this thing beautifully. When a person is activating emotions in bhakti, bhakti is, from a sadhana point of view, it's a path of emotion. A lot of emotions are activated. You see people are dancing, singing, bhajan, kirtan. This is the Vaishnava path. It's a beautiful path. Bahut sundar hai. But if there is deficiency in Gnan and Vairagya, you know what will happen to that bhakti? It will flip into Vishaya Vasana. Definitely. It will flip. It has happened in the many Vaishnava paramparas. I won't go into the details of that. For hundreds of years, so-called gurus have gotten into all Vishaya Bhog. बहुत हुआ है इसमें. इसका कारण क्या है? It's the lack of Shiv ji का mantra or lack of the Devi के mantra. And Ganesh ji के mantra, Ganesh ji, Shiv ji and Devi. You have to worship them. But by doing their sadhana, it protects bhakti and allows bhakti to connect without disturbance towards one's Ishtadevata. Otherwise the mind will start flipping. It will jump in the opposite direction. गुणातीतानंद स्वामी जी कहते हैं, भक्ति मां स्वभाव वधाए, भक्ति मां स्वभाव निवृद्धि थाय, અને ધ્યાનમાં અભિમાન નિવૃત્તિ થાય. Two problems in the two great qualities. Meditation is a great, dhyan is a great quality, bhakti is a great quality. But your ego can increase in meditation, and in bhakti, the desires for the senses can increase. Sense gratification. It will flip. Because the emotions are concentrated in one direction, the adequate vairagya is not there, Gnan is not there. So then what will happen is that bhakti, that emotion that is there, there's already desires hidden inside for the Vishaya Vasana. That same vritti that is going into bhakti, the same shakti that is going into bhakti will flip into Vishaya Bhog. And the preventing of that flip into the Vishaya Bhog is the opening of the third eye of Shankar Bhagavan. It is all an internal journey. All of this, the Sanatan Dharma in its 100% state is the internal journey that for the sadhak into the Siddha state. There is, of course, the tattvas of Bhagwan Shankar, Ganeshji, those are all tattvas, but they are inside of us. All of them are inside of us. All of those tattvas are inside of us. You see, so this is why when the mantra is done, Om Namah Shivaya, this mantra has, first of all, stabilizing power, healing power. It has synchronizing power. Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. The E sound, that is Shakti. That is the Mahashakti present in Bhagwan Shankar. And that Shakti is the Kundalini Shakti inside of us. And the Jiva that is stuck, Jiva is stuck inside the three bodies, three sharir, three gunas, realizes the realization that I am Shiv, I am the Atman. That is Advait Vedanta. The realization that the Shakti is not to be damaged, that is non-dual Shaiva Tantra. The realization that this Shakti can be used for Akhanda Bhakti, that is Vaishnavism. The realization that this Shakti is to be used only for pure, absolute, opening the door into absolute, undiluted love. That is prema bhakti, prema samadhi. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so let's stop here for now. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvada Om Ganganapate Namaha Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Reva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Om Aim Rim Klim Chamundai Viche Om Shrim Rim Shrim Kamale Kamalale Prasida Prasida Om Shrim Rim Shrim Shri Mahalakshme Namaha Om Shrim Swaha Om Shrim Swaha Om Shrim Swaha Om Shrim Swaha Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarkam Vivabandanan Mrityormukshayamamritat Om Aim Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche Om Shri Radha Krishnarpanamastu Om Hrim Swaha.